Hello, my name is Alan and I'm the author of learn-tagalog.com. I am also a student of the Tagalog language and I'm fervently learning all that I can. What I want to do in this video is give you some examples of places where you as a learner of Tagalog can go and listen to Tagalog speakers speaking the language natively. Okay? First of all, Learn Tagalog has a number of hundreds of audio sentences that you can listen to very easily. The way you would do that, for example, let me go to the main page here. When you first go to Learn Tagalog, learn-tagalog.com, you're going to come to this page. Okay, on the right hand side you'll see a number of lessons. I'm going to be adding more lessons as I go along here. Basically on lesson 1 we have lesson 1 greetings. Let's take a look at that. If we go into lesson 1 greetings, there's a number of sections, section lesson 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 and so forth. I'm going to dive into lesson 1-1 and show you around. Now I do have a YouTube video for this lesson section also. You could listen to that. I strongly suggest if you're learning Tagalog or just starting out, you might want to go through this particular course, and the way I do it is I try to reinforce what you're learning. You learn new material, you learn about vocabulary, you learn grammar. Not heavy on the grammar, okay, but you learn it through osmosis basically. And I try to explain it a little bit as I go. And then I try to reinforce that as well, okay? But what I want to get into in this particular video is the audio that you can listen to. Now I see a lot of YouTube videos where people they see it on the screen and then they listen to it, and they see it on the screen, they listen to it, and they see it on the screen, and they listen to it. Okay, that's fine. And but what is this? What this is exactly the same thing. You go to the website, you see it on the screen, and you click on it and can listen to it. I like being in control. Instead of having it just, fed to me, I prefer to go into the website and click on the, for example, this blue link says Magandang Gabi po. I'm going to click on it and listen to it.
Magandang gabi po.
Okay, a native speaker speaks it. Let's go to Magandang Gabi po naman, Ginang Cruz. Kumusta po kayo? And listen to it.
Magandang gabi po naman, Ginang Cruz. Kumusta po kayo?
Okay, this is an entire dialogue here. Up at the top, there's a link, opening dialogue for lesson 1. If you were to click on that, they would go through this whole dialogue right for you. But I like it. I broke it down into pieces so you can listen to different sections. For example, ikinagagala kong. Okay.
Ikinagagala kong makilala kayo, Ginang Turner.
All right. I see that means I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs. Turner. Now, if I scroll down a little bit further, I broke those pieces down. I call it snippets. Listen to snippets of the above conversation. For example, I want to listen to Magandang Gabi po.
Magandang gabi po.
Maybe I just want to listen to Magandang. I can click on that.
Magandang.
And then listen to it again.
Magandang.
Okay, I can listen to it over and over again. That's not something you can do readily with a YouTube video. Now, I'm going to go down to Kumusta po kayo?
Kumusta po kayo?
Or how about at kayo? That means and you.
At kayo?
Let's listen to Mabuti.
Mabuti?
And listen to it again.
Mabuti?
You see how easy it is to listen to it over and over again. Now, one of the tough words for me originally was ikinagagalak. Ikinagagalak kong makilala kayo, Ginang Turner. I started out by listening to it here.
Ikinagagalak.
And then we break it down.
Galak.
Then gagalak.
Gagalak. Nagagalak.
And then finally the whole word.
Ikinagagalak.
Now you can practice that over and over again just by clicking on the sentences. Okay. Down here a little bit further, here's makilala kayo. That's part of one of the sentences in the dialogue. Just that part, makilala kayo.
Makilala kayo. And
you can listen to it and practice it. You get the idea? Let's take a look at one of the other lessons. How about we'll go up to lesson 1-4. In lesson 1-4, again, there's a YouTube video for that. But going down through here, we talk about kumusta po kayo, which is how are you. That's the formal or plural version. Let's listen.
Kumusta po kayo?
Now let's listen to kumusta ka.
Kumusta ka?
That's how are you. That's the informal version of you. Okay, kumusta, how are you? The ka is you. Let's listen to ka by itself.
Ka.
Okay, and down here we can say things like magandang umaga sa inyo. Sa iyo, Rebecca. Kumusta ka?
Magandang umaga sa iyo, Rebecca. Kumusta ka?
And I can see what it means in English. Okay? And further down, there's just a ton of them in here. You can click on any one of these and listen to it.
Mabuti po naman.
There's mabuti po naman. How about if you don't want the po in there? Mabuti naman.
Mabuti naman.
Okay? And there's different speakers, so you can listen to a male speaker or a female speaker and so forth. Asawa. In this lesson, we learn about asawa,
Asawa.
which is spouse, husband or wife. It's gender neutral. We also learn how to introduce our friends and so forth. For example, if I have a friend named Frank Olson, I can introduce him this way.
Ito po si Frank Olson, kaibigan ko.
Okay? Or Ellen.
Ito po si Ellen, asawa ko.
I can see that means this is Ellen, my wife. So the idea is there's a lot of phrases here. I'm going to shoot down to lesson or asking directions. How about that? Or where do you live? That's a good one. Where do you live? Now, it's often when you're talking to people, you might want to ask, do you have any kids? May anak po ba kayo? Do you have any children? Here it is. Let's listen.
May anak po ba kayo?
Now, this is part of an entire dialogue, so up at the top here, there is a link to listen to the entire dialogue instead of clicking on the individual phrases. But again, just like the other lesson, if you wanted to click on any one of these, you can listen to it over and over again.
Gabi na, hindi na po kami makapagtatagal.
Okay? And back down through here, if you're learning some of the pronouns, we'll start introducing pronouns here. Ka, kayo, tayo, kami, ako. Okay, I want to listen to kami.
Kami.
Or tayo.
Tayo.
Okay, and let's go down to my anak pa kayo.
May anak ba kayo?
Okay, do you have any children? Opo, meron. Okay, yes, we have.
Opo, mayroon.
Anak na lalaki, that's a son.
Anak na lalaki.
A babae,
Babae.
that means girl or woman. Okay, so I suggest that you check out learn-tagalog.com and go through these lessons. Or if not, if you don't want to go through the whole lessons, just click on the links, go into the different pages, and play around. There's a lot of audio that you can listen to here over and over and over again. It's that simple, like makikita.
Makikita.
Okay, ang station.
Ang istasyon.
Okay, mabuti pa.
Mabuti pa.
There's just a lot of them here. And these are good ones to know. These are things that you would want to know if you're going to go and visit the Philippines. These are like beginning things to know. Things like you're in the Philippines. Do you have any children? How old are you? How many kids do you have? How do you get to the train station? How do you where's the bus station? Okay, where's the police station? Things like that. Where's the closest grocery store? Those are the kind of things you can learn on this particular website. Okay, I'm going to move you over to another site that I have, which is called Tagalog Phrases, tagalogphrases.com. On Tagalog Phrases, I have recently put some audio on here, again, trying to help those out there that need to hear audio. I know how I am. I want to hear the stuff. I've read a ton of Tagalog, but I just want to hear it. I don't want to just read it, but I want to hear it, okay? And this is how you do it, okay? I have on this particular site, I have 2,500 audios already. I have about 6,000 some recorded by a native speaker over in Manila, but I don't have them all on here right now. This is just a test to see how well it will work in terms of bandwidth and so forth. And so far, it's been awesome. It's been great. Okay. Now, for example, let me listen to this one. Aalis ako.
Aalis ako.
Okay. And another one.
Aahon sa tubig ang batang lalaki.
And another one.
Aalis ang bus sa alas 5:15.
Okay. Let me scroll down through here and another one.
Abala ang lalaki.
The man is busy. Okay. Are you busy?
Abala ka ba?
Okay, now there's a lot more. I mean, at the bottom here, you can see there's just page after page. I think there's almost 100 on each page. So I can go into maybe there's like 80. I forgot how many I set it to, but I can go to page 23 here, and we're into a lot more. Okay, for example, babae siya, she is a woman.
Babae siya.
Okay, or babalik ako, I will
Babalik ako.
I will return or I'll be back. Um, ayos.
Ayos.
Ayos lang.
Ayos lang.
You see that? I'm just pointing to it and clicking on it. Now, I do have a note up at the top here that you want to wait for the play arrows to show beside the sentences before clicking the links. When you first click on the or go to the page, just wait a little bit. It doesn't take very long, and those arrows will show up. And once they do, then you can feel free to click on the links. You can click on the arrows if you want, but I usually just click right on the links and listen to them.
Ayoko ng kanin.
Okay? Now, there is another page I want to mention as well. I have a site that is called mugtagalog.com. It's all one word, mugtagalog.com. There's no dash in the name on the website's name, okay? mugtagalog.com. On here, I just have a lot of resources that you could check out, okay? And one of the resources, for example, there's Bible stories. I mean, there's just a ton of different sites that I have learned about, have played with. Well, here's one, Pinoy podcast. Manuel Valoria. He's a great guy. He does a great job. He has some really cool podcasts that I love listening to. Let's check it out. I'm going to continue reading here and go into his particular page. And I talk a little bit about him and so forth. He does have a podcast site. If you go to this podcast site and click on it, it'll take you to his site. I just love this guy. I think he's great. I just really appreciate what he's done for people that are learning Tagalog. Now, he is a native Tagalog speaker, and he gives a lot of information about the culture and so forth. He does it in a fun way, okay? And he's also very instructive. Now, an example is this page right here. It's episode 46. He has lots of these episodes, and they're available on the right-hand side. You can click on the links and get to them very, very quickly. He has a lot more, as you can see down through the years here, okay? Now, I'm going to go down to the bottom and find this little icon. That's for playing. Now listen for a moment. I'm going to play it and scroll back up, and you can kind of follow along with his discussion.
And now, the Tagalog words and phrases. If you remember in the previous podcast episode, head in Tagalog is ulo. Ulo. My head is ang ulo ko. Ang ulo ko. Your head is ang ulo mo. Ang ulo mo. While his or her head is...
Okay, now it gives you a flavor for his mannerisms and the way he puts together his podcast. This episode 46 show notes PDF. If I click on that, it will take me to a PDF file that I can. There's his notes. I mean, there's the same thing as the website. Okay, so I can go down through there, and he has a link back to the main podcast and so forth. So very, very nice. That's a great place to go if you want to listen to Tagalog. So hopefully this helps you. Keep in mind you can go to sites such as learn-tagalog.com. You can also go to tagalogphrases.com, okay, and listen to literally thousands of sentences in Tagalog. And you don't have to just watch the YouTube video. You can go there and interactively click on the links and listen to it. Click on the link and listen to it and learn as you go. Okay? And listen to Valoria. Valoria.com is an awesome place. So you can listen to his audios as well and practice learning Tagalog. So I hope this helps you, And I hope to see you at learn-tagalog.com and these other sites as well. And don't forget to check out mugtagalog.com, where you can check out other resource links that I've provided for places that I know about that are out on the internet. Okay? Thanks for listening.